What's up, YouTube? I'm Z, and this channel shows you the world through my lens. I know we have been waiting for this a long time, and we are finally here. Um, as I promised, I'm checking out Panic Attack live first, and then I will immediately go into recording Heart Attack in a separate video, but I'm doing the recording sessions back to back. That way it's super fresh. Now, one of the things that gives me hope, this is like 6 minutes, but one of the things that gives me hope is as I see some of these reaction channels here, Screwface Gene, 12 minutes, Shaq, 12 minutes, Cliff Beats, 12 minutes, Munfu Prophet, 11 minutes. So it makes me, KSO Big Dipper, 40 minutes. Anyways, seeing those other guys at 12 minutes, it makes me feel like it's not going to be one of those where it's going to completely destroy me. It might only partially destroy me. But then I see all the comments of people saying Heart Attack might be like an hour-long video. I'm like, oh no. What am I getting myself into? I don't know. But we're checking this one out first. I have the lyrics here just in case I need them. I can reference them, but I think we just got to get started. As much as I'm trying to stall, I don't think I can stall anymore. Okay.
I bet them boys think I'm panicking, itching to see how I handle it when snakes start rattling. Calm, I can show you about harm. Put blades into palms, half the length of my arm. I end up in a station and I'm staring into space like a mannequin in Clark's. I ain't panicking, I ain't had a random change of heart. Cash points and cannabis, you cocaine snort if you think I got caught. I'm kicking like a stallion. I lived in a yard and my mommy tried hard.
Yeah, what do you say? You cocaine snort if you think I got caught. I'm kicking like a stallion. And then stallion, cocaine, white horse. So that was clever.
Cocaine snort if you think I got caught. I'm kicking like a stallion. I lived in a yard and my mommy tried hard for all the things that I wanted, but my money was inadequate. I'd probably be killed by my cousins back in Africa if they knew I risked my hot food and resources every day to dress nicer on a camera. I don't need your input or your managers. Forget him and his lame job. It's been 2 years and you're sitting in the same spot, chilling in the same blocks. Me and you are different. You talk about beef while I plan your route home. I run up in your safe spot and leave the place taped off. It's deeper than a name drop. Real problems don't need discussions. I fear God and not repercussions.
Okay, first of all, that was crazy. Me and you are different. You talk about beef while I plan your route home, run up in your safe spot, and leave the place taped off. Okay, sir.
It's deeper than a name drop. Real problems don't need discussions. I fear God and not repercussions. I'm only angry at the choices that I didn't make. I don't regret what I did, but what I didn't say. And for this money, I'm on a different wave. That's why I ain't written in his will when I say that I'm on his estate. It comes to arms, well, I got an entourage like Vinny Chase. This ain't Chirac, we don't need a 38. Just two young G's, one night pouch and this little blade. And if you lived that day, give thanks to your God, cause there isn't one prayer mommy didn't say. Still wonder what my dad would say. And it's a mess, I just wanted us to bond like Sean Connery, Daniel Craig. No first steps, nah, my daddy couldn't see me cry.
That's dope. That was a nice, so like Sean Connery, probably one of the most iconic, if not the most iconic Bond actors, and then Daniel Craig eventually becoming a Bond actor. So he's playing that out like father son, mentor mentee. That was a cool little analogy created to compare with like his dad.
I just wanted us to bond like Sean Connery, Daniel Craig.
But also like the direct like Bond, right?
No first steps, nah, my daddy couldn't see me cry. I'm still searching for the reason why. I was 6 months old, I bust up my mum, no home, struggling to get him in like a legal high. We're so volatile, look over the reasons why people die. Man, this beef never sleeps or slides. Man are dying over minor violations. That's why I keep the beef and the bread separate like TGIs. They touch us, we pay them back like it's PPI. Let's ride, get animated like CGI. Dead being a hype, man.
Let's ride, get animated like CGI. Keep the beef and the bread separated like TGIs. I mean, okay, but like The thing I will say, I wasn't expecting it to be a fast delivery, which I think is kind of playing to the concept of a panic attack, which is definitely purposeful. So I feel like it's cool that the lyrics are doing something, but the way he's delivering and the way he's rapping is kind of doing its own progression to make us feel something.
Back like it's PPI. Let's ride, get animated like CGI. Dead being a hype man. I'll settle for his right hand, you can't buy heart, remember. Hawkeye, you think these undercover cars could get us? Well, I can't spot the bacon in the past in Vectros. Don't you find it funny that I study law and still recruit young fraud stars like I'm Harvey Specter? I'm hot-headed, I swear that I had a dream though. A young fire.
That was a nice Suits reference.
Young fraud stars like I'm Harvey Specter. I'm hot-headed, I swear that I had a dream though. A young fire before I'd spoken with Avellino. Nowadays, music's got my schedule looking hectic. I ain't got a timeline and Travolta with Tarantino. Look, I ain't slacking. It's money over passion. I mean passion over money. Hate this money with a passion.
A lot of references there.
You know, look, I ain't slacking. It's money over passion. I mean passion over money. Hate this money with a passion. Money's just a paper. I got value in my assets. I got value in my mental. It's me, Fraser, 169 on instrumental. I swear that I'll make it rapping. Even if it kills me, I swear that I'll make it happen. My digital piano till my hands bled, literally. I was smashing keys till my fingers grew callous. How could I fear rappers? I feel words, here colors, defeat.
I'm trying to remember the definition. So he means callous, like these calluses. But I'm trying to think of the definition of I think he also means the other callus, which I'm not remembering the exact definition, but I'm going to say it's something to the effect of not caring, right? So like until my fingers stopped caring about how much it hurt to hit the keys, but it also grew calluses, which makes your skin tougher. Sorry for showing you my gross hands.
I was smashing keys till my fingers grew callous. How can I fear rappers? I feel words, here colors, defeat challenge. Give thanks to my synesthesia. I ain't a rapper, I'm a bloody genius. And when I see you, don't panic. Remember what you said on the roads, there's no lacking. I don't want to see you draw for your boot, there's no time. I'll jump out the passenger side and there's no traffic. Catch you with a girl, your mum, you do the same. So we'll take you to an inch of your life through your chatting.
That's hard. I don't know what to say about that. Catch you with your girl or your mom, you do the same. And this is that whole thing where it's like I'm not choosing to do or to not do this thing. I'm choosing to either do it to you or not and end up having you do it to me. It's a very different choice.
Just make peace. I used to let disrespect slide to make peace. Now it's like I'm stuck in two minds to my reaction, cause my pride and my ego turned giant like James Dean. I'm a mess, right? And if that catty doesn't, the third time with no strings attached like a test drive, I'm telling her I'm cutting in the next 5. All communication breaking down like an enzyme. Seconds, the most precious commodity. I invest time. I was late every day straight for 3 years. Guess that's 2 ways that I could never make a deadline. I was out how with camel.
Oh, that was hard. That's hard. I also want to say that line hits super hard for me. Like when he says, my second's the most precious commodity, I invest time. It's something I say to people. It's like, we talk about money, we talk about all these things, but the one resource that we never see as a limited or finite resource is our time. And think about it this way. You could have all the other resources in the world. You could have all the money in the world. You could be a billionaire 10 times over. But at some point, you run out of time and you're done. It's over. And your money will keep going for years and years and years because there was so much of it. But that's the one thing that you can't actually have infinite amounts of. It will run out. So that line hits super hard for me because that's something I think about a lot. That was crazy.
3 years. Guess that's 2 ways that I could never make a deadline. I was out in Power League, Mulberry with camel in the rain. Hell sleep with my football on a deadline. Scraping by on pennies. Trying to link a Jersey my 85-20 and I couldn't link one. Squares was a game. Had me all stressed, got finessed by my main and he didn't get touched. Had me sitting there. Think about my people and the times that we missed. Like, have you ever lost love? Have you ever had a guy that would die so you live in a cage, kept away from your brother and your mum? In my world, you're unsure to the people you can trust. When you lose the only person that was there from the jump, I'm as humble as they come. And I ain't changed from the knife and the siphon to the shotgun shows in a party with a pump. Ask Adam, ask Paddy. With squares as strikers, but I'm more like Ebro over Vardy when it's beef because I hardly ever run. I've got pride. I see man running for their life.
I'm not going to know all of those references there. But when he says strikers, Ibra, I'm assuming maybe like this is a football reference because striker is a position. So that's my assumption.
Bro, Vavani win his beef because I hardly ever run. I've got pride. I see man running for their life, get caught. Now they're covering their heart and their lungs with their arms on his ones because his right hand panicked. I don't even blame him. You seen a man scream while he bleeds on the pavement, guts in his hands.
Oh, that was a crazy way to say that. His arms on his ones because his right hand panicked. And then to go into what he said, when he bleeds on the pavement, guts in his hand, his right hand panicked. So he panicked and his right hand just like responded on instinct to stab or whatever it might be.
Civilian, I don't even blame him. You seen a man scream while he bleeds on the pavement, guts in his hands. Civilians with tissue putting pressure where the pain is. The panic as you fade in, blocking out sound so your body shuts down when your organs start failing. Knife crime dangerous, next day famous. Give it 6 years, they won't remember what your name is. Everything changes when your case is irrelevant. And all the guys who claim they would ride in your name looking lost, them boys don't have half the heart to settle it. I've seen a whole class end up dead or in jail. Ask Scales about times he was chilling with my brother in the chicken shop opposite the entrance to Tennyson's. Everybody's dying, but nobody's rising up a Remington. We've got Shanks, and false hope, everybody's selling it. You ain't getting rich quick trying to sell big bits. Too lazy to work, so you want to own a business or a clothing line. No vision, you can't cut corners in a line of life. Karma's like the tightest vice, I'm running on my own. CCTVs in your hands, bro, they've got it on your phone. If they catch me going home, looking for another young rapper to expose and probably cut him from the scene. Cause with the evidence they gain, I'm getting more than just a soul. I ain't living for the gram, man, I'm snitching on a cam. If I hit him, then I'm done. But if he dips me, he's the man, I can't win. There's no way I'm handling that. If I run, then I'm a neat. But if I don't, then I'm a fool. So on road, I'm looking happy. But I'm screaming in my head, having panic attacks. They got me anxious. I'm two wrong responses from a shanking at any given time. I've been there and done that on many different nights. And that's probably the reason I got many different rhymes. I'm really living life.
Wow. So many thoughts, man. Like, I think it's... You know, I said this about... I was talking to somebody not long ago. I mean, some of the stuff he said here, like this, too lazy to work, so you want to own a business. And then this part right here, you can't cut corners in a line of life. What is a line? Well, a line is typically a straight line. There are no corners. So he's like, you're trying to do something that's not even an option. Anyways, I was saying this to somebody not long ago, and they said something to me about Jay-Z. And they were like, I don't understand, the thing about Jay-Z or whatever. And I was like, I think the thing about Jay-Z was that, especially in his early music, he was one of those people that took you to places you didn't know existed, and showed you things that you didn't know happen. Like, I have some friends that are cops, and I talk to them, when I see them from time to time, and they'll tell me stories, and I'm like, really? I'm like, when did that happen? I didn't see it in the news. They're like, you're not going to see that in the news. This happens all the time. You're not going to see it in the news. I'm like, wow. Like, from my position in society, wherever I am on this, ladder or whatever it is, there's entire worlds of things happening that I have no idea about, no clue that they even exist or that they occur. And I think the allure of someone like Jay-Z, and now I'm linking it back to Dave, because the things that he said here, I can't relate to that. I don't know that, like, I know because of music like this, but I don't know, like, things like this are happening right now. That maybe somebody 2 kilometers away just got stabbed in my city. It's very possible that just happened. But I had no idea, right? And so I think the allure is that this person can take you to a world that actually exists. And this last part right here, when he says this, I'm 2 wrong responses from a shanking at any given time. I've been there and done that on many different nights. It's probably the reason I got many different rhymes. I'm really living life. And what I took that as is the shit that I say in my music is real life. Like either I've actually had this happen to me, I've done this myself, I've witnessed it, I've experienced it, or the people in my circle have done it, had it done, experienced, witnessed it. And I think that's the part that attracts people, because to me, that's madness. Like it's nowhere, it's so far from my reality of what happens in everyday life that it's shocking but intriguing, and I need to know more. Like I want to know what's happening. And so anyways, all of that was just to say that, like, I was having this conversation the other day and I was explaining that about Jay-Z, that in this early music, which I was, quite big fan of, it was a lot of that. I think about some of the, verses I've heard from him, and then I think about some of the things that Dave has shared in my short journey of exploring his music. And it's the same thing. Like, I don't know anything about UK street life or what it's like to be poor in the UK. It's not my experience. But now I feel like I've been shown that. Like the curtain has been pulled back, and I can see that this is what life might be like if you fell into this category. So anyways, I'm glad I saved that for the end, because sometimes I drag it out and people are like, oh, like I want to finish the song. So I'm getting better at that. I'll share my super long-winded thoughts at the end so I don't drag out the song too much. But okay, guys, I'm nervous. I'm going to go straight into heart attack. But we're going to do that in the next video. If you guys are still here, I appreciate you spending your time with me. I hope you have an awesome day, and I'll see you next time.